Frankly speaking, I'm here now. Let's run it.
Yeah. How about them Grizzlies last night, y'all?
Yeah, man.
Held it down, came through in the clutch, and now it's 3-2. We going into Minnesota Friday. Gonna get that dub. We coming back home, get ready for the Warriors next week. What y'all think?
Man.
I hope we win. I hope so. I pray we do. I pray we win.
It's gonna be hard for Minnesota to beat them twice though, but I'm a little concerned that these folks be falling behind so much, man.
Man, that's been wrecking my nerves for real. For real. Listen, Go ahead.
Welcome
to the show, y'all. It's Frankly Speaking. Season 3. We're on episode 2. Do me a favor right now before we even get started, before we even talk about anything. I need everybody to share. And let's make tonight a good night. Once you have shared, put shared in the comment section. I need everybody to share, including those who are on the panel. Make sure you have shared. Tag your folks in the comment section. Let's run it up, man. You know it's Frankly Speaking, so we can't run it up without no good music. So let's bump something. Let's see what we got tonight. Boy, CJ. What's up, y'all? It's gonna be a good show tonight. Let me know you share. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing, Alicia. Appreciate it. Those of you on YouTube, make sure you're liking the video. Thank you for sharing, Regina. All right, man, let me introduce you to the cast yet again. This is a whole new season, whole new crew. We are Memphis. Everybody is from Memphis. Our graphic designer is Memphis. The cast is Memphis. The music is Memphis. Everything Memphis. That was my vision for this season. I want to be the city's podcast. I want to hold it down for the M Town and let everybody know we can indeed work together. We have some talented good thinkers in this city, and we can collaborate together and come together and make something amazing. So, of course, my name is Frank Ray III, aka Frankly Speaking. Next to me, I got my co-host. One of them was absentee last Wednesday. I don't know what happened to her, but she's here tonight, and I'm grateful. The one and only Tashiana King. Miss King, how you doing tonight?
I'm grateful. I apologize, y'all. Forgive me. I missed y'all, but as Frank says, I'm here now.
Welcome to season 3. It's good to see you. It's good to see you on season 3. Then on my other side, the one and only, she was here last week and accounted for. The one and only Mariah, last name Watkins now. What's up, Mo?
Hey y'all, what's up? But Tashiana, to make you feel better, I was 2 minutes late last week. But no, I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to see everybody back, and this is an interesting topic, so I'm ready.
Mo, introduce the rest of the crew tonight.
Okay, so we got at the top Clee, and on the bottom D. We so happy to see them. We got that's my juice. We got Ray Baby with us tonight with the South Memphis swag with him tonight.
Yeah, hey, Future dropped this Friday, y'all.
Oh Lord! At the top we got JP, and then we got
That's all good. Players messed up too.
That's Kinfolk Travis in the top.
You know what I want to say Trey, but yeah,
Travis Terry.
Yeah, in the middle we got the one and only Can't Clone It Frank. So I'm excited about tonight.
Let's go. Look, let's get them warm up in before we get into the meat of the show. Let's make it real juicy. So I got a post here from this guy, so I need y'all to pay attention. He said, I asked this woman I've been talking to for a minute for $100. I get a what do you need it for? When do I get it back? A whole bunch of questions, laugh out loud. I planned a trip for us in the mountains in Colorado for 4 days. Hotel cost per night $200. Whitewater rafting $150 per person. Zip lining $125 per person. Hot air balloon $250 per person. SUV rental $80 a day. Not to mention food costs. I had all this covered. I just canceled everything and got my deposits back. I didn't need the $100. I was just seeing what type of response I get if I ask for it. I didn't ask when do I get my money back when I was planning the vacation. I was just handling business. People don't think long term. Test failed.
First of all, why are you testing me? Why we playing games? Why we playing games? You don't need the money for real. Then why you doing it? First of all, no, don't do no mess like that. Because I'm gonna want to know what you need it for too. Because if you paying for all of this type of stuff and you doing all these elaborate things for me, and then you bust out and ask me for $100, I'm gonna think you've been flogging, you've been living above your means. You know what I'm saying? You doing stuff that you really can't afford. Because I'm like, he just spent a couple racks on me. Now he asked me for $100. Like, it don't make sense. I'll be like, what you need $100 for? And at that point, I'm gonna probably know it's a test anyway. But don't test me. This childish. Just like, what is it called when like the police like trick you into doing some stuff?
Entrapment.
And yeah, that's what that is. No, we don't like that. He childish.
I had the problem when you said talking to. Okay. We didn't say we were dating for a period of time or seeing one another, talking to. And in my mind, talking to meaning we Netflixing, chilling and juicing, and we probably not really going out together. So that's the first red flag that showed up for me. And the fact that you have an issue with her asking, well, what do you need it for? Because it is her money that you are asking for. Just like when you go to a bank to borrow money or any other person, they're going to ask you, what do you need it for? I mean, I don't think it's anything wrong with asking why and when she would get it back. You don't know what her financial situation is like. If she's going out on a limb to let you borrow the money. So she'll know, okay, when I'm going to get this money back, or am I going to be messed up? Because unfortunately, sometimes people will ask for money and they have no plans of giving it back. And then you up the creek because you decided to be nice. Now, granted, he did plan something, but why you got to test me to figure out if I'm, rocking with you? Apparently, you like me enough to plan all this prior to testing me. Why didn't you test me before you planned all this shit? That's all I got to say.
It's given a no for me. It's too much. So I'm probably gonna be real unpopular tonight. I'm back and I'm with the stuff. Okay. So It's the test for me. That's a no. I'm not in school. But if I'm dealing with you and Deanna, I think she entered another element into it. She was like juicing. Now, again, I don't know, because I wouldn't be juicing somebody that I couldn't call on for different things. Like we've talked about it before. My tire go flat, we juice, and I can't call you to come pick me up. So it's a no. So him playing the game, I'm not feeling that. But if you dealing with old girl, you need $100. We also could look at it like he's planning all of this. It could have been something that just came up. I mean, it's $100. Like we eat that up. It ain't that big of a deal to be tripping like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hop in there, fellas. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's turn up.
So check it, right? So check it, right? When he started the beginning of the story, it sounded as if the trip was supposed to be a surprise, right?
Yeah.
She didn't know about the trip, but because he spent all his money, put all his money down, let me try something. Hey, babe, I need $100. Now we've been rocking with each other. What's $100? Or baby, just say you ain't got it. I'm cool.
Right.
Be honest with me. You ain't got a lot of kick it, baby. You know what I'm saying? The call the test. All right, cool. The test is my insurance and assurance that what we got is something solid.
Mm-hmm.
That means nothing.
Antoine, juicing is something I started. Hold on. Juicing is something I started on When the Right One Comes. It's in case for those of you who do not know, juicing is a term that I would like to think I originated on When the Right One Comes that I'm on Monday nights in reference to getting it in. So we just say juicing on my show.
You didn't make up juicing
to keep it friendly.
Juicing a long time. Juicing
all right, go back to what y'all was talking about. I said I would like to think. I would like to think.
My best friend just texted me. He did not start.
We're gonna let you stay in your delusion.
All right, what you about to say though?
Oh, I was saying that people give folks money all the time. That don't mean that they, have these feelings for you. You know how many men blow money on women that they never see themselves be in a relationship with? I know the dynamic is a little different with a woman giving money because we are a little bit more cautious with where we spend our money as it relates to giving it to another man. But I just feel like all of those questions that you had, if I was really walking with you, should have already been answered before you even planned the trip. Why go through the extent of potentially losing money? Because in some places you can't get your money back if you don't know if I'm really rocking with you. So I feel like that was a setup in the first place, or I really think it was just a post to get people talking. It really wasn't real anyway, so I don't like that. I'm trying to curse.
I don't know any woman that likes to go through a test, but women play games all the time. Little mind games, little tricks of the trade. It happens all the time. But it's funny. One thing about them tables, they turn, baby.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And women don't like that. Let's just keep the main thing the main thing. Mm-hmm. The truth is, in relationships, there are double standards. And that was
who
one
made those
instance
double
where
standards?
Oh my God, it's so shocking to hear a man talk about double standards first. That's just so shocking. Because normally it's the women talking about men and double standards. So to hear a man say, it is double standards, that's new to hear. In my opinion on it, I feel like what was the point of this test? Like, what was this test supposed to prove to him as far as the situation with the woman? Because in my opinion, I'm okay if you test me, but that's just I don't see him. Because what if he would have got the $100? What would that have proven to him? That she got his back?
You
Take the
probably would have
relationship.
got way more than $100.
I love you.
I feel like
it's give and take.
What you say, right, baby?
She probably would have got, if she would have gave him the 100, she probably would have got more than that 100 back on something later on down the line.
Give it to me, you just gonna give it to me. You
I'm
ain't
just
gonna
saying,
go take me through all these boots for $100, baby. I don't need $100.
I'm just saying, it shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't be an issue. However, y'all rocking. If this a man that you feel comfortable with going on a trip with, you should feel comfortable with giving him $100 with no questions asked.
Well, I think okay. Back to what he said. He said that it might have been a surprise. See, we don't know. This is just like every other situation. We don't know the extent of the relationship. So I think we should put a label on either they dating or they boyfriend.
Let's just say they smash. They going on a trip together.
No, he said talking. We've been talking. Y'all,
Let's talking.
Okay, for me personally, it's hard for me to just. I don't think it's nothing wrong with her asking, "What do you need the money for?" I don't think it's nothing wrong with that. I agree with Deanna for that. You get what I'm saying? But I also feel like it's hard for me to give a man money on a level of just talking. I mean, that's me personally. On any level, I don't care, whatever. If we just talking, it's gonna be hard for me to reach in my bag and give you money. To me, that's unattractive for whatever reason you need the money for. For me personally, but I feel like I have no problem giving a man that I'm looking forward to a future or really rocking with and only this person, whatever he needs. But if you talking to other people, we ain't in a committee, you my only one. A trip is a trip. Like I mean, that's that you wanted to do.
So every time you ask your man for something and he asks you what you need it for.
Man, my man.
They're talking, that's the same thing. If you smash it, that's talking.
I asked my dad for $20. He gonna tell me ask me what I needed for.
You ain't smashing your daddy.
But I'm saying it doesn't matter. Whoever you ask for some money, they gonna ask you what you need it for. If you don't volunteer the information.
I think this goes back to acting your wage and knowing your audience. Because
if every woman you smash asks for $100, you gonna give it to her?
Hell no.
Not every woman.
Acting your wage and knowing your audience. Because there's some men, it's like you just know. Most men that I deal with, and Mariah and the people watching, don't clown me, okay? Because we're not gonna judge me off of the exception, but in general, okay? If they're asking me to borrow $100, it's like probably because they left their wallet. It's probably because they don't have, it's something like that. It's not because they can't make the ends meet.
Hold up. We're not gonna skate. We not just gonna skate past that. Like you just didn't say.
You didn't say what you just said.
Not gonna skate past that. What do you mean the exception?
All I want to say is players mess up too sometime. Okay, so I mean, I'm feeling real hot right now, but I'm just saying, like, there's generally a certain caliber.
Hold up!
Man.
Wait a minute, something ain't right.
Generally there's a certain caliber of man that I deal with.
Sheesh.
But I don't know. This might be off. Y'all know that there was someone that I dealt with, and they ended up kind of like being in between employments. But that isn't what we're talking about here tonight. I'm just saying that for me in my house, if a dude, I should have overslept again tonight, man.
But back to what Ray said, right? You're not giving every woman you smash $100.
Listen. Go ahead. If I'm messing with somebody, if they ask me for something, it's not on me to determine what they need it for. If you need it and I got it, and we slide around together, okay, cool. If you trying to finesse me out of that, man, that say more about you. If you trying to finesse me out of $100, than me
also,
giving it to you.
we also have to be honest that that's a man's trait. Like that's how men are. Men take women on dates that they have no intentions on being with. They just want to smash.
And
So
y'all
men
go and y'all will go on dates with no intention of taking a man serious.
women will, but all we're doing is eating. My thing is, a lot of men will invest. My point is saying that is a lot of men will invest income with no intentions on going any further than either their date or the bedroom. So of course you can say if I got it, I'm gonna give it to you because that's just how a lot of men are. Women are not naturally that way. You can't find a lot of women who are just gonna give a man that they're smashing $100 just off the strength that he needed.
Why?
Because they just talking.
Because they're just smashing or talking. Like if now you're talking about dating, committed. I only rock with you. You know, I only talk to you until I go to sleep. That's a different type of level. But most men naturally do what you just said. I mean, honestly or not, we got men on the panel. What do you think about this?
Hold on, y'all, real quick. We're sustaining at 70. Let's reach over 100 again tonight. We are at 57. I'm getting feedback. We're at 57 on Facebook, and the rest are on YouTube. So let's turn them tonight, man. Share.
Oh my God, he said we are the food guys. That is not what I meant.
Let me.
That's exactly what she meant.
Everybody has a purpose in life.
Let me
How do you
maybe
the food guy?
let me interject real quick because this whole idea of why would you test me? Why would you put me through a test? Why would you need to do that? The issue that I had with women having issues with this is that everything in life requires you to go through a test before you're promoted. The job that you work, you had to go through training before you were able to work it. You had to go through some level of testing before they let you on the floor to make sure that you were adequate enough to do your job correctly. So why is it when it comes to this concept of men testing women is so egregious? It's so such an issue. But I want to know what's the issue with it.
I don't think it's an issue of being tested. I think it's the issue of how you're trying to test me. Because what if, I mean, a lot of women do date men for whatever they got. But this is my thing. What if I start dating you and I go to a restaurant? I know a lot of women do this, but what if I go to a restaurant and say, I order the highest shit on the menu, I get 7 margaritas, then after that, I say my phone bill due, I need $300. Like, what is that a test or is that just doing too much? Like, you know what I mean? But who are you to tell me I don't need the money for my phone bill?
That's you doing too much.
Now you doing too much.
You doing too much because you came with the mentality I'm finna run it up.
Maybe I'm just testing you.
No, but you don't have a problem with that though, because you're gonna cross yourself out.
But so I'm crossing myself out because I'm asking. That's my level of test. So my thing is, I don't think the women are disagreeing that you can test us. That's not the problem. But you tested my pockets. If we're just talking, I feel like me personally. Why are we just talking? Why you ask me? Why is that a test? Why not a test of, I'm on the side of the road. I need a tire. Can you bring me a tire? Why just say I need $100? That ain't, to me. That's not a test. Why don't you test?
You saying the man asked you, can you bring me a tire?
Well, like, I'm stranded. Can you come get me send me an Uber? Or can you come get me? Can you come pick me up from the airport? I think those are better tests than money, like in my opinion.
But doesn't an Uber cost money, Mo? Doesn't a tire cost money? If I have to leave my job,
telling me that you need something. You just asking for $100 and you saying it's wrong that I asked you why you need it.
No, I think to me, it's like, one, I don't agree in tests, like manufactured tests, because when you play games, you may not always win. That's that part. The other piece is in relationships, as you getting to know someone, there's so many situations that will naturally present themselves for you to see how people are going to show up, if they're going to show up or not. So this particular thing with $100, I mean, if somebody want to ask you what you want it for, but I guess it's just different too, because we can all agree, and I'm not saying it's wrong at all, but you know, some people will sleep with people and really have no intentions of dealing with them. I'm not even going to dinner with somebody that I'm not open to getting to know. Like I can go eat by myself. I'm an only child. So maybe that's where it differs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sleeping with somebody that I'm not really open to, you know, that's just me. So I probably look at it different. So when it comes to $100, like if we've been talking for a minute, I'm sure you didn't pay for stuff. I didn't pay for stuff. You didn't done things. I didn't done things. So it's really like, oh, okay, you need $100. And like I said, most dudes, like, you know, they're going to get it right back. Most. That's
Not
what
all.
most.
Yeah, if I ask you for $100 and you ask me what it's for, it's gonna be a problem.
But you know what? This has actually happened to me before.
Did you get $100?
That's a problem.
It was exactly that amount.
If
And
we've
because
ever been to eat, if I've ever spent any kind of money on you, and I ask for $100 and you ask me what it's for, like it's a problem, oh, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem for me. I'm just being honest.
But I did give him the $100. I gave him the $100, and I didn't even he didn't even ask me. He just sent me a cash request. So I went on and sent him the money, and I didn't ask no questions because I knew at that point it was a test because we was just talking. We wasn't even smashing. We was just talking. And like a couple of weeks prior to that, I was going out of town, and he threw me a couple $100 to, you know, take out of town with me. And then he came back around and asked me for the money like a couple of weeks later, and from what he say, something happened with some fraud on his bank account. And the only reason why I ended up believing him was because later on he did end up giving me like something, you know, something else, some more money. You know what I'm saying? So I gave it to him, but I definitely felt like it was a test. Like I don't really think that he needed it. I think it was a test. And I gave it to him like, okay, he trying to play a game. Let me go ahead and send him the $100, you know.
So Antoine is asking, I'm gonna just address this to the panel. What's a fair test for women in y'all eyes?
It's not about testing. Like Tashiana said, there are real life situations that come up. You may get a flat tire. You may run out of gas. Your bank account might get hacked. And so that is an opportunity that is provided to see if this person really rock with you or not. But I'm not finna go around and say, okay, I'm gonna call him and act like I'm in distress to see if he gonna come get me. You know, like it seems manipulative in that way. And the fact that you guys are okay with, the people that agree with the testing, you're okay with the testing, but you're not okay with me asking why you need the money. Like that doesn't make sense. Like you should be able to communicate. Well, I need the $100 for this, that, and the third, no matter what level we're on, especially if we're not in a committed relationship. Once we get committed, once marriage come into the play, then it's a given that if I need the money, then I expect for you to give it to me if you have it, especially if I genuinely need it, versus we're talking. I'm still stuck on the talking part because what if this is a new situation? You know, we don't know how. It's so many things that we don't know about.
All right, so let's add something to it then. Let's add the fact that she know he planning a trip. Let's add the fact that she know he's spending money on her to go such and such, and he asks her for $100. You still gonna ask what it's for?
No, because he's already established a pattern of behavior that he's willing to do certain things for me, you know, to let me know that he got me. So I wouldn't have no problem giving him the $100 because he's already, you know, done so much for me. And typically, like the other gentleman said, that women can get away with doing a little less than men, and men will go out, but they just want to know, okay, well, at least are you going to be willing to do something for me? And I'm not just in this just for the hell of it, or I'm not, you know, getting what I need out of it. So I think that if they are, you know, in that level where he's done certain things and so forth, it's not a problem. If she don't give it to you, then I would really question her with that dynamic in play.
Anybody else want to add something?
Why people gotta be broke because they hesitate to give somebody else their money? I don't think somebody broke because they second guessing giving their money to somebody else. I'm just
so you can go give $100 to a crackhead.
or you're insecure because you have boundaries. Like, it's not that extreme. Like, you know, everybody handles things differently, but I mean, everybody's not comfortable. But that's why I say you got to act your wage, because, and this is no shade, sometimes $100 can make or break someone. And so that might be their last. So maybe they need to know, like, when you gonna give it back. And to some people, it's like I say all the time, motive matters, intention matters. I think Deanna said it, Mariah said it, I'm not sure if Clee said it. There are men who will blow a bag on you and they'll never want to do anything with you but beyond smashing and passing. So I don't think the amount matters. The intention is what matters. Hey, cousin, I love when my cousins pull up in the comments, but that's really what matters. And so to answer Frank's other question, he was like, what's the test? This is something that I do. I do test men. Like, sometimes I'll push their buttons because I know that I'm attitudinal and moody, and I need to know how you're gonna respond to me when I work on your nerves and make you mad. But
that wasn't the question. I said, what's a good test for yeah? What's a good test for a woman?
Ain't none.
That is one. I think for me, anyways, because I want to know how a man responds when I upset him. Because anybody can be nice and kind when everything is going well. How you gonna respond when I piss you off? Because I will piss you off. How you gonna respond when I work on your nerves? Because I will work on your nerves. That's my test for a dude.
I think he meant what's a good test for.
What's the test for women?
Yeah.
I would say
I feel like a good test is if we're out to eat. If we're out to eat, me personally, I feel like the same women, and they gonna hate me tonight. I feel like the same women in the comments saying they're gonna give $100 is never paid for a man date before. Okay, let's be clear. I feel like a lot of people be in the comments trying to be a pick me, and y'all be the main ones who don't ever pick up the tab. Okay,
so pick me, bro.
Don't call her a pick me.
Pick me, shit.
My thing is, a test for me would be if we talking and rocking. You taking me out to eat. The next time I'm automatically picking up the tab, and that's whether if I feel like going further with you or not. Okay, that's a test for me. I feel like men shouldn't always pick up the tab. I do feel like women should pick up the tab, and I know a lot of women don't. So I feel like those are certain things to see. Are you the one always having to pick up the tab and pay? You know, are you the one always playing and stuff? Are you the one always? I feel like that's a test. Yes,
okay, I got a test. I got a test.
Before you say that, let me say this. For me, don't take that seriously, because I'll pay for somebody a man's meal out of courtesy and niceness. It don't mean I want you. I just want to say that right there.
But it don't mean you want them because you get them $100. Neither. Let everybody in the comments tell it $100.
Ray, what you got to say?
Okay.
Stop insulting the watchers, Mariah.
Okay. Let's just say you in a committed relationship, and your man tell you, "Hey, I want to let you know before we get out, I got a baby on the way."
It's over.
Why? I want to see how you react to bad news.
Okay, so that is not. Don't play with me.
That's the ultimate test right there.
But it's 3 things that have transpired. Not only have you cheated on me. Not only have you cheated on me. No, I'm telling you how I'm gonna handle it. Not only did you cheat on me with somebody else after committing to me, secondly, you had unprotected sex, exposing me to other things. Thirdly, you got a whole nother child coming on the way. And depending on if we're married or not, then our household is gonna be affected at this point. And we don't have any children
but
together.
Women don't cheat. Women don't leave the first time you cheat on them.
You said a baby. That changes the whole.
They accept babies. They accept side babies.
Now we're adding a third person into our relationship because you got a co-parent, and I got to be a stepmom if I'm. No, that is a no-go.
Well,
that was a dumbass test.
Travis, you quiet, cuz. You quiet, cuz.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Because I've been trying to answer the question for the last 3 minutes. A good test that a guy could test me would be like bring me some lunch or something to his job or something like that. Like stuff like that. Little shit. Not nothing big, major, like pay my rent or, something dealing with money. Or maybe like, I need something. I ain't got time to go get it. Can you go pick XYZ up for me? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Or cook me a meal or something like that. Stuff like that. Help me clean up my place. You know what I'm saying? See, you know what I'm saying? Like, this one thing I do. You've been over a nigga house And you know what I'm saying, if he leave you there the next morning, like you gotta make that nigga bed up. Don't leave that nigga bed messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a test. That nigga want to know if you gonna clean up behind yourself.
You only
gonna
get
make
3
that bed
niggas on Frankly Speaking.
I use all of them up that quick.
Yeah, you just that fast. Use all your niggas.
But that's like a test. You know what I'm saying? Is she nasty? You know what I'm saying? She gonna make my bed up. Like stuff like that. That's a test. You know, not no, I got a baby on the way, or I need $100, but I really don't need $100. Like that's not a test. You know what I'm saying? Mate, see other little things. See if she's like clean, neat, stuff like that.
I mean, like you can't pick and choose your tests in life though. Like sometimes life throw you some curves. They might, you know, throw you somewhere you can't handle. Like another test a man could do is just tell that woman he done lost his job. You really finna see how she finna get down with you. You know what I'm saying? Because it might be cool that first week or two, them first few weeks, but next thing you know, jokes ain't as funny.
But let me point out something that you said though. You said the test that life throw at you. You don't have control over how life ends up. But what we're talking about is you intentionally trying to see what the person's reaction is going to be on a hypothetical situation. That is manipulation. Now, if something actually came up and he really did lose his job, that's totally different. And then how I respond to that, if I respond in a negative way, then you definitely need to leave me if I'm not there to support you and have your back, especially if we're in a committed relationship. However, you plan, you know, well, I lost my job. Because some men will go to the extent of staying at the house, taking PTO time to test. Like, why we got to do all that? Either you know or you don't. The life will create those situations for you.
Dan, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna wait till the last minute to figure out if you're gonna have my back. I gotta at least see to some degree what caliber of woman you are before I decide in my mind that I'm gonna go further with you. I mean, let's just be real. $100 ain't no money. You know what I'm saying? If we've been going out, I've been whining and dining. You know what I'm saying? We've been taking trips, this, that, and the third. If I just come at you out of the blue, babe, I need $100, and you hesitate, you damn right. That's a problem.
But so what type of ways have you all tested women in your past?
Hold up, y'all. Listen, man, you tuned in to Frankly Speaking, the hottest show you can find on a Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central every Wednesday night. We are right here. We back live and in color. Listen, I know you're enjoying the show, but before we go any further, I need you to help me reach more people. So I need one of two things. If you're in the chat, I need you to either share or at least tag one person. And we ain't not gonna talk no farther till I see everybody do it. So we gotta turn it up one more time, man. Let's go. Matter of fact, let me share again. Thank you, TJ. Thank you, Mika. Thank you, Carnisha. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you, April. Let go. Hey. My boy, Chris. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Quita. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Sequoia. Let's go. Man, y'all the best. Thank y'all so much for your cooperation. Thank you. That was indeed a test. Thank you for those who loyal and rock with me for real. Listen, let's move on. That ain't even what we talking about tonight. That was just the warm-up. We spent 39 minutes on the warm-up because it was so good, y'all. But let's get into it. Tonight we're talking about Russells and futures. Russells and futures, and I'm excited about that because it's been getting a lot of buzz here lately. So the first thing, fellas, this is what we gonna do. We gonna let the ladies define to us what a Russell is to them. This Sierra prayer that everybody wants to pray now and say, Lord, whatever Sierra prayed, let that be for me. So I just want to hear from y'all, in your eyes, what is a Russell to you? Ladies,
Well, I
anybody?
guess I'll go first. In my mind, what a Russell is somebody that genuinely cares about me as a person and not just for my P word. Someone that was willing to accept a child that wasn't his own, but treated him as his own, was respectful to the fact that if I chose to be celibate until married, held on to that and didn't try to pressure or tempt me into that. Somebody that is providing, protecting, and priesting, because he's also a man of God in the sense of a God-fearing man. And, we're building and growing together. He's very supportive of who I am. He's not trying to change me. He accepts me as I am. He's also a friend to me. He's a confidant to me. He is accountable, holds me accountable, and basically somebody that I can lean my head on or my shoulder on in times of distress. But he also, on the flip side, can lay his head in my lap. So to me, that's what a Russell Wilson is from the outside looking in.
It's pretty good. Next.
I guess y'all want me to go next. I don't know. Honestly. We asking what I would define a Russell Wilson, or
Correct.
Okay. I mean, really just a good man, period. Somebody who is trustworthy, honest, and loves me out loud, respects me. I really don't. Just a good man, somebody who just treat me good. I ain't got no long drawn out answer for it. Just somebody who treat me right. You know what I'm saying? And love me out loud and don't care that people know that you got a woman and you love me. And you take care, you do what needs to be done. Simple.
I think a Russell Wilson is somebody who wears a cape. I'm just joking. I know you guys didn't expect me to say that. I promise you, I'm just teasing. Honestly, I don't know that I have a concrete answer because we talked about this a little bit earlier, and I think that what it isn't, I guess, it's not a look. I don't think a Russell Wilson or a Future is a look, and I think a lot of times we hang our hat on that, how they look. I think it has everything to do with the mentality. A Russell Wilson mentality says, look, I want to have a family. I want to commit and build with one woman. I want to connect in that way. A Future is I'm good, love, and joy. I kind of want what I want in the moment. Now, somebody else made a point in the comments that both men are consistent. A Future is he's not inconsistent. So a lot of y'all talking about these men are futures. They not
Stay on Russell. Stay on Russell.
Oh, we just said Russell?
Yes.
Sorry, I was distracted. So I don't know. My bad. Yeah, so that's to me what a Russell Wilson is. He's a man who's determined, he's focused, he knows what he wants. Family, one woman, that's what it is.
Turn your phone down that you're listening or watching the show on too, because you got.
Oh, you can hear it too. That's right there.
Yes. Fellas, now I guess we gotta define when y'all see the Russell that everybody be talking about. What y'all see that they so team Russell? What about him seems so appealing in your opinion, just from the lens of women you talk to, women you're dating?
I don't know. All the girls I know like Future. They said nothing about Russell. They want them a Future. They like the toxic. I guess I'm into ratchet people. I don't know.
Travis, you on mute. Come on mute. Unmute your mic.
There we go. Now, I know plenty of women who love them some Nevadius What's his last name? Warford? Yeah. Wilborn. Mick Wilborn. Yeah. Women love that nigga. I mean, because he toxic. But he true to who he is though. He gonna tell you off the rip what he want and what he not gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Here for a good time, not a long time. You know what I'm saying? I think he gets a bad rap. He just talks from his experiences. Now, what we just focusing on Future, or we talking about Russell too?
Let's just go and dive into it all at this point.
I mean, I want to talk about Future so bad.
When most women describe Russell, they describe a trick or a plug. I don't like
no.
I ain't heard no woman say that. That's what Nick Dudes be saying.
In my opinion, I think Russell is the guy.
I get clean.
A lot of women don't want to be. Oh, this so weird. I feel like Russell is an example of the man loving the woman more than the woman loves the man. If that makes sense. You know, a lot of people.
I don't see that though.
People say, I think, as much as I love their relationship, I truly admire it. People are still going to only allow you to see what they want you to see. So we can't just make it seem like their relationship is so perfect and the relationship she had with Future isn't. You know what I mean? Just because that's just what they've shown us. But I feel like in their situation, and this is from the outside looking in, I feel like a lot of people will tell you, hey, you need to fall in love with a man that loves you more than you love them. I know I've heard it. You know, that's not my situation, but I've heard that. And I feel like with Sierra and Russell, that's their situation. I feel like she did go through so much with Future that, like Tashana said, Russell came in with the cake. A lot of women fall in love with the good guys. They don't like them at first, you know, because they are the good guys. But they eventually fall in love with that person. I think that was the situation with Russell. I think she grew to love him.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
You just said that a lot of women don't like them at first because they are the good guys.
I mean, like in the comments,
the same thing.
A lot of people in the comments are saying they want 95% Future, 5% Russell. A lot of women like the bad boys.
You can't have both.
I don't agree with it, but look at the comments. You get what I'm saying? And that's a lot of people want the bad guy. That's what they want. That's not me personally, but I have been that girl before. I wanted the bad guy and what I really didn't need. You know, that's a lot of women. You get what I'm saying? But I'm saying
I get it.
I guess I'm just an exception because I've never been attracted to the bad guy in no shape or form. Like, now, have I met some guys that might have had a little hood in them for sure, but I've never.
Guys can be things that's not necessarily good for you, or like things that you wouldn't typically be attracted to, meaning that it's something, that I know I don't need to be messing with him, but I like the way he do this, or I like this, or.
I like nerds. Like, I like real lame. We talk about documentaries and historical things, and we have inside jokes.
Yeah, just because he's a nerd don't make him a good guy.
Hold on,
I think that goes back to what I talked about.
So Russell, the Russell type guy, is seen as the family man, the man who is about one woman, a man who is well off financially at the same time. A one who does not mind adorning his woman in the public forum. He's always seen 100% her. Future is seen, I'm not saying this is correct, but Future is seen as a guy who's Casanova. He has multiple women. He does not mind splurging on these women at the same time. He is well off, but he's not committed to one person. So he's seen as the fun guy, the guy that's fun, that's cool to be with.
Frank, you forgot to add community penis.
Mm-hmm. You forgot to add. I said multiple women at the same time. Go ahead.
I didn't hear that part.
See, women try to flip it on us and try to make it seem like we have an issue with Russell Wilson. Like when we look at typically Russell Wilson type guys, they are infirmaries. They are the ones who nurse these women back to health after they done got ran through. You see what I'm saying?
I wish
They
I
don't
was
even
like
want,
that. I really wish I was.
They don't even want the Russell Wilsons off top. They don't want it until it's too late. You see what I'm saying?
No, I really wish I was stop that because
we going off y'all actions.
It's a lot of y'all men. I got 3 niggas. Well, I just used one of them. I got 2 left. There's a lot of y'all niggas out here that's ran through too. Okay.
But listen,
straight men can't be ran through.
Straight dog, picking up straight dogs. Love y'all back to him.
Straight men can't be ran through.
The next chick.
But look, but check this out though.
Straight men can't be ran through.
Y'all don't even want these family guys off top. Y'all don't want them. Y'all don't want the guy that's saying, "Hey, look, baby, turn down tonight. Let's go to Bible study on a Thursday night." Y'all ain't trying to hear that.
Ain't nobody doing that.
They ain't doing it. They want to go to the club.
Monolithic. Like we all don't want the same thing. Y'all making
I'm going by
the
actions of the majority. I'm going by the actions of the majority.
No, you're going by the algorithm that you have, okay? Those are the people that come through your timeline, the people that you choose to spend watching what
they're doing. Don't you got some homegirls that like to go out?
Your algorithms, and then you'll see a different perspective from different women that don't want to feature like myself.
Okay, so you lived under a rock all your life. You've never seen any other women entertain dudes that they know ain't nothing. You've never seen it.
But I'll say this though. We have to be honest for what we put out there. So you want to talk about the women who go for the futures. And I can agree with you there, right? But then I also would say that those are the women, right? Because I don't want to seem like I'm shifting responsibility or accountability. But those are the women that men say that they want. Those are the women that men give their attention to. Those are the women who do want a family man get cheated on with. So I think that again, it all matters about your intention, who you want to line up with, who you want to meet. Because to me, my particular situation, I got married. I waited to have children, that type of thing, and it still didn't work out. And that's why I say I don't think a future is a look or anything like that. I think it has to do with the mentality because good men come in, they street dudes, they church dudes, they hood dudes, they nerd dudes, and you can get a bad dude who's like that, who don't mean you well. But I think to say that, women want to be ran through and then go with a Russell Wilson, I mean, consider that women kind of go for what they like or who's attracted to them, and it doesn't work out. And people have they have the grace, they get the opportunity to grow and change. They taste and stuff. I used to eat chicken fingers when I was a kid. Don't bring me no chicken fingers. I don't care who makes them. Like we get to enhance our palates.
I understand that, but this is my question. If your ultimate goal is to get married, have a family, I want the guy that loves me out loud. This is what I want. Why do you go away from that initially? And then once these several different relationships don't work out, and in your mind you already knowing you want better, but you still picking this certain type of dude, but in your mind you know you want to Russell, but you still entertaining these types of dudes. Like, why not go for this particular guy at first?
But how do you know that until you get to know a person? You don't know that. Like, I hate this narrative that women know that they're getting a crappy dude, because I can't say the word no more.
Most times
I hate the fact that you think that we know this. No, just like any other person, I'm getting to know you. Once I find out that you are not a quality person, then I'm gonna cut you loose. And at that point, I may, if I'm trying to take inventory of the things that I have done in the past, okay, what did all these guys have in common? Then I might choose something different the next time, and I might end up with a Russell.
Okay, let me
just say that a woman knows from the rip that she got this type of dude.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
How many children did Future have when Sierra started dating him? And how many baby mamas he had when she started dating him?
Okay, and it was a lot. It was like 4 or 5, something like that. Now this is my thing though. Even with that being said, I personally would not date a guy who got that many kids and that many baby mamas. But at the same time, people just like me, like Tashiana just said, you grow, you mature, your palate changes. You know what I'm saying? That could be the same for him. He may have did the last 4 baby mamas in, and then he gets to number 5 and he realized, hey, I don't want to do number 5 like how I did it. That literally happens to everybody.
So
Everybody that literally happens in every relationship. When people get married, there are people before you.
No, I'm saying a guy has a history. He ain't got 4 children by 2 women. He got 6 baby moms, 6 children by 6 different women. How can you possibly think that you're so special that you're going to change his track record? Like he's showing you.
Same reason why God felt like we were so special to die. Same reason. People change and grow and all that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Who are me to judge? You know what I'm saying? Who are me to judge? Because if you feel if I feel like we vibing and stuff like that, and you got 17 kids, then you know what I'm saying? Hey, if I want to see you,
and that's why
date you with your 17 children, that's my prerogative. You know what I'm saying? Everybody come with something, a past. So who are me to say, oh no,
who are me? Who are me?
Insanity is you doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result.
Just because Future got 4 kids and I end up meeting him and he did propose to Sierra.
And you want to know why? You want to know why they didn't get married?
From what I was told.
No. He said that he wanted a small
wedding, and she wanted a big wedding.
She wanted all of the Hollywood shit and all that putting on, because it's a lot of women out there too. They get caught up in the theatrics of being of the wedding.
One of them. I'm when I get married, I'm gonna be caught up in the theatrics too. But
this cat though, he actually cheated on her. He cheated on her.
And she was gonna marry him anyway.
No. See, that was his excuse. He used it as an excuse to cover up the cheating. Okay, so he tried to blame her for the theatrical stuff as though they couldn't afford it. Sierra could have paid for the wedding herself.
So why would she commit? Why would she commit to a known cheater? He already tell you up front, look, I'm gonna treat you good. I might cheat on you. I'm gonna treat you good. I'm gonna spoil you. I might cheat on you.
So if a woman was ran through, you wouldn't marry her. If she got a past,
no, it don't work. No,
how you gonna know? How you know?
That's before me. I don't care.
But what I'm saying is, if I know this woman, them been getting tossed, be getting ran through. If I know that,
then you meet her 20. I know girls right now who's tossed in high school and they got husbands now. So you know,
they getting cheated on.
Not necessarily, because people grow. People grow, people mature. I used to have a roster. Guess what? I ain't got there no more. I changed. I grew up.
Antoine, literally, if only walls could talk.
Hey Frank,
What do you want from me?
Hey Frank, you know this. The scriptures say a dog will return to the vomit, and a washed pig will return to the mud. So if this guy has a known track record of having multiple children and he's a cheater, then it's only a matter of time before he returns to this. It's only a matter of time.
I guarantee you, if she said she didn't want to date him, you would flip it and say, well, everybody make mistakes and she should be willing to give him a chance because he might be a good man. I just think that's a cover-up because people unfortunately present a false version of themselves. Now, granted, you know, and he was the one who pursued her. They knew each other for a little while. So they might have been on some homegirl, homeboy stuff, and she probably got to know him. He probably does have a good personality. He might be a vibe. And she probably was like, you know what? I probably misjudged him. He might really be, cooler than what the media says. Maybe this is just a persona, that he lets on, and he just made some mistakes like some men do. And she gave him the opportunity, and the relationship did not work. And the only reason why people are still talking about this is because they're famous people. This dynamic happens so many times in relationships where somebody meet with somebody, the relationship don't work out, they may have a child, and the other person move on and they get married. End of story. Like, why are we dragging this out? Okay, it didn't work out between them. So what?
Okay, so if I came to you, if one of your homegirls trying to hook you up with somebody, let's just say, and she say, hey, he's an attractive guy, make a lot of money. He got like 5 or 6 kids, about 5 or 6 women. But he cool. He got 6 kids by 6 different women, but he cool though.
Ain't no way, boy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But he's a good guy. He's gonna take care of you.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
He in between jobs right now, but he got so much potential, girl. I promise you.
See, you say he got money. You just said he had money. Now he ain't got no job.
No, I'm just saying, but when he get it, he take care of you. Cause y'all fall for this. Y'all fall for that too, though.
Like, look, if you got that many kids and that many baby mamas, then you got to be a future. You got to have future kind of money. And I'm the type of person like, no, I probably wouldn't, but I'd probably be willing to hear him out. You know, maybe go on a date. See what I'm
saying? That's how you fall for it.
See if it's a vibe, and if not, then you know what I'm saying, I keep it moving. I may hear him out, you know what I'm saying, to see what the situation was. Like, you know, I wouldn't have no problem with it, but you know, it's a lot of factors. Like, how old are these children? You know what I'm saying?
All ages, they range. They all age.
But I'm saying, like, if they under the age of, you know, like 2 or something like that, then no, like.
But see that, but I keep hearing this word that women toss around.
Somebody older. A lot of guys out there gonna have older grown kids.
But see, I keep hearing this word women toss around. Vibe. He's a vibe. He's a vibe. See, that's how they be falling for the same stuff over and over again because it's a vibe to them. You know what I'm saying? So they enjoying these little vibes, but they ain't using sound. Like vibes. That's why they be getting caught up. That's how they get caught up.
I mean, I want to see how we vibe with one another.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, like I wouldn't talk to a future. I would.
You
like,
keep it on. We respect that.
Physically, how he like. I don't think Future is like attractive like that, but how he dresses, his swag. I would talk to a dude like that. Now, when he tell me he got 5 kids and 5 baby mamas, I might be like, I don't know. You know, I might entertain it a little bit, but you know, if I can't get, if it's not worth,
why entertain it though? Why entertain it? Why entertain it?
Because you just never know. I'm one of those people. You just never know. You just never know what might happen. I recently, not too long ago, saw on Instagram this lady. She get married, and it was on this relationship page, and everybody was just goo gaga over this couple, and he had 4 sons. You know what I'm saying? And she married this man, and he had 4 kids, and she didn't have none. And everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful." Now, granted, I think that his was all by the same woman, but still,
that's still
4 kids. No, it's not. That's still 4. That's still 4 kids.
That's showing he was in a committed relationship, and he's a family man with 4 children. He's a family man with 4 children.
He could be divorced.
He was a good man. Just because.
Like, what about the women with 4 kids that's divorced?
Wait for a ring and knocking them up and knocking them up and
so,
knocking them up. And then
what about the 4? What about the women with 3, 4 kids that's divorced?
I mean, to each his own. Like, if people don't want to date somebody with children, don't. I mean, I don't think it's a diss, but I do think that it matters if somebody has, you know, 3 or 4 different, you know, parents of their children. Because now I'm looking at your decision making skills. That's just me. Now, maybe all of your husbands have passed away. I don't know, or all of your wives. I'm still gonna be looking at you. I'm still gonna be looking at you sideways. I don't want to be, you know, the next one. But I do think it matters. I mean, and again, it's no diss to anyone, but I do think, you know, when men or people try to compare, like, you know, women, and they make that comparison, women with children, and they're like, oh, y'all didn't had kids, and then now you want to be with somebody. Respectfully, I had a husband, and
that's a difference.
We didn't work out. To me, it says a lot about my decision making skills, which is I waited intentionally to have children with my husband. I wasn't a virgin when I got married, but I was real clear about when I was going to have children. To me, that says, because I'm not trying to be nobody's baby mama. Now, if you want to be a baby mama, no diss to you. That's just not what I'm on. So me, if I get with someone I'm dating someone, hanging out with them, and they tell me they don't want to be married, it doesn't mean that I won't kick it with them. It doesn't mean I won't hang out with them. But I'm not gonna of the mind that I can change a man's mind. And I think that's what a lot of women do. Like you said, they think that they're gonna be special. And I'm here to tell you, you set yourself up for failure because you can't. There's no amount of juicing and fixing plates and being kind and fussing at a man that will make him want to be with you if he doesn't want to be with you. And I think with women, that's what we often do. And I think, I don't know the whole detail with Sierra and Future in that regard, but it's like, until he wants to settle down and get a wife, it ain't happening. And we try to turn, in my opinion, Futures into Russell Wilson's. Look at what Russell Wilson did before. He got drafted. We don't have no stories of him out here kicking it, being loose and juicing. He had a wife, and he didn't have the right one. Thankfully, he didn't have no kids with her. So I think all of that stuff matters in the grand scheme of things. And I also don't think that a woman's value is less because she does have children. I'll say this, I'll just put this in there as a bonus, because she does have children and she wasn't married before. Because a lot of y'all women, because I'm a woman, I'll speak to that, who don't have a kid, that's your only flex, is that you don't have a kid. So you think that automatically makes you a better partner, and it doesn't, sis. I'm here to tell you there's other boxes that you need to check besides, well, I don't have no kid. They don't care about that. There's plenty of men who accept women with multiple kids.
I ain't got no kids, but I got some more flexes though.
But I'm just talking about most women. That's all they can say is, I don't got no kids. I'm like, you don't have no kids, but what your credit look like? Where you living at? What's your mindset like? You know, are is you gonna help
some
out?
People,
that
though,
type of thing.
To some men, though, not having kids is a flex, because a lot of men want to start their own families with their wife. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm not dissing it because I do have a son out of wedlock, but I feel like a lot of women who don't have kids is a flex to the right man because that's their preference. You know what I mean? So, like, we had the discussion before about would you want to date someone who had kids or wouldn't? I have a child. My preference used to be to date somebody who didn't. That's kind of, contradicting, but that was my preference. So I just feel like, to some people, that is a major flex, And
but the key thing was the only flex part, and that means that you don't have nothing else going for yourself except for you don't have a child. So that means even if we got together, are you going to add value to the relationship versus someone who may have children that could add value? I'm not saying date people with children if that's not what you want to do. Like, I have accepted that there are going to be some men that I may not have access to or may not want to date me because I have 2 children from a previous marriage, and that's perfectly fine. However, you can't say, well, I don't have no kids, but I can't do, oh Lord, I almost come, I can't do nothing else. Well, I think that's not a flex if that's all you got. It would have to be into addition to.
Let me ask y'all something. While we judge the features of the world, can women be bought for the right price?
Every woman
got a price. Some women can.
Who said every woman got a price?
Every woman got a price. It may not be the price. It may not be out of their brother's wage, but every woman got a price.
And that's to do what?
You got a lot of women who don't care if they man sleep around, or they'll be willing to accept a man sleeping around as long as he in a certain tax bracket. They willing to accept being the other woman as long as he taking care of her, paying the bills, this, that, and the third. A lot of women go like that.
Well,
that's the reality. That's the reality of it.
Well, this woman ain't.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? But I have to be honest. Who was that? It says trap up there. Is that what it says?
Yeah, because we talking about Future today. I gotta be trapped today.
But I'm just saying, you really have my wheels turning when you say that, because I'm trying to think, like, for what amount of money would I sit down and shut the heck up for you to do what you want to do? And all I know is the men that I know, none of them make enough money for that. None of them.
So what's enough
money?
You
sound like you talk bad.
Oh, I do.
So what's enough money?
I'm thinking I really don't know.
Is Future money enough money?
I don't think so.
Elon
Musk just bought Twitter for $44 billion. You mean tell me 44?
Maybe Elon Musk.
Okay,
I might be quiet.
Every woman got a price.
Yeah. Now you might be onto something, because at that type of money, I could really go away and do my own thing, and I can go get me like a Jeff Bezos, how his wife went and got her somebody who was a school teacher. Because now I can go get the men I really want and like, ooh, babe, I got us. You know.
Bark like a dog. a big dog.
No, I don't think there's no amount of money where I'm just going to sit there and allow you to mistreat me. I do understand the temptation of billions of dollars. Like, that is very tempting. I definitely thought about it. But if you mistreating me, no. Because that means I'll be miserable. Now, granted, I know it's that narrative of crying in Dubai, you know, and they only go so far. If I'm going to be miserable... You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to be miserable in the relationship, I can't even enjoy the money because I'm mentally, emotionally messed up. Now, there are some people that can. That's not a deal breaker for them. And that's perfectly fine. You know, some people can work through infidelity. Some people are okay with open marriages. I'm not judging any of those situations. But for me, if I know that I'm not being treated the way I want to be treated and we made the decision that we're going to be committed to one another and forsake everybody else, then I'm going to have a problem with that. And I'm going to see you in court.
I'm telling you right now, if I met somebody with some Elon Musk money, we are doing Frankly Ray somewhere in Bora Bora. We everybody going. We gonna fly out some audience members.
First of all, if it's that kind of money, you're gonna have to sign a prenup. First of all, you're gonna have to
if you're married, you still be having access. I didn't
you're gonna have to sign an NDA, and he's gonna put tabs on you. You're not going to be able to see anyone else. That's just that's not even
all men are like that. Now, if that's what the deal is, then no. If I gotta stay and look at you and do all that, no. But if you're gonna have all these B's, all these, and I mean billions, and yeah, I'll sit down, like we can have separate houses. I mean, there's people who live like that. But if I have to actually be in a relationship with you, like a regular committed marriage, then no, like Deanna said, you can't. Because first of all, my dominant love language is quality time. It ain't gifts. You can't do nothing for me in lieu of being kind to me, being loving. But I mean, if I ain't gotta be, I'm outside all summer. Okay?
I saw this post, y'all. Well, actually, it was sent in our group chat. It said a culture that tells a man that he doesn't deserve a woman when he's broke can also tell him he should only have one woman when he makes money.
Man,
that's a bar.
Fellas, what y'all feeling on it?
That's a double standard.
Let me read it one more time.
Mm-hmm.
A culture that tells a man he doesn't deserve a woman when he's broke can also tell him he should only have one woman when he makes money.
Why shouldn't I have a woman if I'm broke, though?
Chris Rock said it best. A man is only as faithful as his options.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a man.
Let that sizzle in your spirit.
But that's not a man if he.
Do you agree with that?
On his options.
Do I agree with it? Absolutely not.
So what is he?
Hey, Oprah, I know Oprah watching. Hey, Pooh.
I was gonna say I know Oprah watching. Do you agree?
This is Trap talking, not Travis. Travis will be back next week.
No, don't switch it up. That's how you feel.
Oh, and for the record, I love all the South Memphis aunties with cheering because they are nurturing and loving. You know what I'm saying?
See how you switching it up? See,
I'm not one of those fellas that say I don't want no woman with kids. First of all, just because you don't have kids don't mean you're responsible, and just because a woman has kids doesn't make her less valuable. Matter of fact, all the best women that I've ever dated got at least 2 kids. That's all I'm saying. And they cook and they can clean. They pay their bills on time and they hustlers. You hear me?
Yeah, I don't think
a lot of women with no kids.
I don't think no men on this panel feel like women who don't have children are plus over a woman who does not. I don't think. Ray, you feel like that?
Hell no.
JP, you feel like that?
No, I don't feel like that.
Okay,
I just had to make the record straight because I know Oprah watching. I ain't Pooh.
All right, listen. Next question. So, since we're talking about past and people being promiscuous and men and women, does a person you're considering being serious with, is their past a factor? Who they slept with?
I don't think it's the determining factor, but you have to factor that in though. It's not a
In what ways is it a factor for you?
Well, you just have to the young lady, what's Slim name in the purple? What's her name?
Tashiana.
Tatiana. Yeah, she mentioned decision making. You know what I mean? Like even, we've all made decisions while we were young that weren't so smart, but like there's a difference between mistakes and like a person just willfully engaging in a lifestyle that they know is self-destructive. So I wouldn't necessarily judge that into it, but that's a mitigating factor though. Like you have to consider what a person's past is when you're thinking about committing to this person. You have to factor in everything. Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna say, well, you've been with X amount of dudes, so now you X'd off the list, but you have to use that in your rationale to some degree.
I think it's on the balance.
I'm sorry.
Can I go?
JP, we heard from you. What's up? What you got to say about it tonight?
He married. He trying to duck and dodge. I ain't mad.
No, okay, I don't care. I really don't care about your past, man. I used to be a thought, so I know how the thought life is. If you was a thought, hey, we both had thought lives. So now we're trying to be better, so let's go and make this work. So I really don't care about your past or how many dudes you slept with, because I know I slept with a lot. So we're just gonna make it work. Honestly, to me.
I mean, I don't know no grown man who looking for a virgin anyway. Let's just make that clear. Because at this age, I ain't trying to teach you nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're going to take your cumulative skills. I'm going to take my cumulative skills, and we're going to make some magic. You know what I'm saying?
Here's my philosophy. Y'all heard me say this plenty of times. Bodies don't matter until they're bodies. I got to continually look at.
Ooh. That's a good one, Trey.
The body count don't matter unless it's a body count I can see. So if it's males that I'm acquainted with, I always see them, that's an issue for me. If it's people I don't know, I don't run across, then it's not like if it was one of y'all that's on this panel, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem for me because I know y'all. So there's gonna be an issue.
What happens if you develop a relationship with her and you don't know until she sees you on here with the people or whatever, or is somebody y'all out and hey, what's up, man? And she like, oh crap, those situations happen even in a relationship. So are you gonna cut her off because she didn't know that you knew these people outside of your close friends?
Yeah.
God sucks.
What is that? Play it again.
It was nice.
God sucks.
Lord Jesus.
Yeah. I definitely want to know about certain things in the past. Me personally, I'm kind of like Frank though. Like my thing is this: I just don't, and it ain't even about being embarrassed. I'm a very transparent person myself. Like I don't want my man to ever feel uncomfortable or be the last to know in any situation. So I'm not just out here saying I did this, that, and the third, but I'm definitely never gonna put him in a situation where he the last to know anything. So I'm very vocal about my past, and I just appreciate knowing certain things. I don't want to know everything, but I'm just like Frank, like it's not an issue until I'm surrounded by that type of person. And even if I was like on this podcast and my husband was to say, hey, me and so, I'd be like, okay, I appreciate your transparency. And I just know how to handle situations if they ever occur. I wouldn't be mad or upset because that's your past, but I do want to be aware and I do want to know just for the simple fact, it's, that's just me. So when it comes to like, oh, I did this, that, and the third, like me and my husband talk about everything though. So that just might be different because I'm that type of person. But I just appreciate the past. It's not that it's like, oh, you didn't tell me you smashed so-and-so. I hate you. I don't trust you. It's not like that. It's just, I like the transparency and the openness. And I think I saw Frank, you talking about that on the live earlier this morning that you was on. It's about the trust and, being able to trust your man to, if he was around somebody, you already know about it and you're aware versus keeping it to yourself. So I want to know the past.
What I said this morning was where transparency and boundaries abide, so will trust also. If I'm always being caught by surprise by something, you lack transparency and you lack boundaries. And I'm on the outside looking in. In my opinion, it becomes a distrust for you because I'm always the last to know.
And you never should be in a relationship, in my opinion.
Not if you call yourself with me.
Right.
I shouldn't be the last to know.
And
Your girlfriends, you shouldn't put me in a position where we out to dinner with your girlfriends and a dude walk in you used to smash and you don't say nothing to me and they laugh and then they texting you and I don't know nothing about it.
Group text.
That's embarrassing.
But I think in time and places. So you want me to tell you, yeah, I used to smash him in front of everybody?
No,
At the dinner table, like Tyler Perry movie.
But at some point, I should know. You shouldn't. My thing is don't embarrass me.
Don't have my man Hootie
But you're gonna be the last to know anyway.
But you know what though?
So y'all don't ask these questions when y'all first start talking to people?
I
Well,
do.
listen, I don't.
I do if we start dating and I follow you on Instagram and I see mutual friends, if I done smash one of the mutual friends, I'm addressing it right there. If I see you liking a dude picture, you finna go to a party, I saw Frank, I gotta tell you something.
Okay.
That's
I
me.
personally don't care about body count, but I do say this: when I start dealing with somebody seriously, I get, and the reason why I don't, because I just assume that men are whores. Pardon me, okay? I do. I assume that they're recovering whores. But then the next, see what I'm saying? And
testify,
but the next
JP.
thing is for me is I don't want somebody to be able to tell me something about you, and I'm not going to put you in a position where somebody could tell you something about me that you don't already know. And that whole thing with my homegirl sniggling, I wish, and I'll tell women this in a minute. I wish we would be somewhere and you sniggling and giggling at how many niggas I got? 3? I got 3 too. And
yes,
you sniggling.
3. Y'all didn't lose a lot of niggas tonight.
First time I'm using.
I'm not gonna be able to monetize this because y'all want to say nigga tonight.
And you are sniggling and giggling at my man. I don't play that type of game. Like we're not even about to do that one. Like, and you thinking it's cute, you thinking it's sweet, because it's not. So I think Mariah, Deanna, really everybody didn't said it. I think that you should be transparent. But I mean, honestly, there are people that they weren't memorable, and you might see them and be like, oh yeah, yeah, I remember.
You forget a person you slept with?
So what'd you say?
You forget a person you slept with?
There are, and me and my cousin, we have this conversation. There are some dudes who just were not memorable. Like, oh yeah, I remember that I stopped talking to you.
The dudes that gave them head don't count.
I mean, it do. You were terrible. Get up. But I don't necessarily expect to see you out and about. So
ain't nobody got time for that.
Nobody. So generally, when I'm talking to somebody I'm in a relationship with, I'm telling them about other people I was in a relationship with. I don't count the person like, oh, we was talking, we might have kicked it, and then they had bad head, and then it's like,
but I think that even if you go to a job, like your work history, they're gonna take a look into that. Like, it's possible that at one particular moment in your life, you quit a lot of jobs, but you ain't like that anymore. But they still have to factor that. They have to take that into consideration that you may possibly dip back and pull a no call, no show on. Like, that matters. That might not prevent you from getting that job, but that employer got to look at that.
Yeah, everybody lies on their resume.
So me, I'm glad Cedric said this.
So you'll never know the truth.
I'm a bit of a unique situation. Memphis is extremely small for me. Yeah. It's extremely small. No matter what industry, whether it's music, whether it's preaching, whether it's radio, whether it's I don't know. It's very few people I have not rubbed shoulders with at some point in time in this city. So Memphis is extremely small for me. So I have to have a little bit more grace and wisdom when it comes to this. And so I have to narrow it down to my associates and immediate friends and media circles. So I want to ask this also. Would you disqualify someone once you're to that point that Deanna is saying, that once you're to the point, like you're to a point where y'all kicking it real tough, and just so happen you're in a situation where she has to tell you she used to mess with someone, with it all, and that someone happens to be close to you or happens to be someone you're well acquainted with, would it alter your view or would it alter your trajectory with her or him?
It's going. You
Say
have
that
to
again,
be.
Frank.
I see it so much. Let me narrow it down. if you're with someone and just y'all been kicking it tough, and just so happen you run into somebody she used to mess with or he used to mess with, but you're well acquainted with that person, but they used to get it in. Would it alter your outlook on where y'all going or what you're doing with her? Would you switch up? Would you feel some type of way? Would you no longer consider her as someone serious because of someone she used to juice or he used to juice?
It just depends on it just depends like on who this person that they used to juice is. Like, I mean, if it's I don't know how to say it. It's just like it's one of those situations. Like, if it's a woman that's of quality, then probably not. Even just because I know her and we ain't friends, like they just an acquaintance, then no, I don't care. But if she's like okay, I see you doing your thing, girl. She cute. She got her stuff together. Okay, he know how to pick them. You know what I'm saying? But if it's like some real dusty dust bunny, I'm gonna be like, ooh, because I feel like that's a reflection of you, the woman, the type of women that you select. So if she like all the way down, if she like the bottom and she
What
just
if he
not
say he
it,
just had a bad night?
I mean,
He
if
had a hot,
he had a hot, drunk, and horny night.
but if it's a one night stand type of situation, then is she really worth mentioning?
No.
Because I'm not gonna if I'm in a one night stand situation, I'm not mentioning it.
Well, I've had to testify before, and
But what if that?
But anyway,
person
let's
was
move on.
somebody
Come on. Go ahead.
I thought it was because it was somebody that you actually knew versus just somebody you knew in passing. Like that, I think that's a little different than somebody you're acquainted with.
Yeah, I'm saying
acquainted.
So let's say for instance, Deanna, you seen it's somebody you're not friends with per se, but you see them all the time. You cool with them. Y'all travel on the road together. Y'all do this and that. You see what I'm saying? So not necessarily a friend, but somebody you're acquainted with as well. What's up, my boy?
I think really quickly, I think it just depends on what the situation was, how long ago was it, how did it end, and so forth, for me to make that decision, especially for acquaintance. Now, with close friends, typically with close friends, you will share who you dated in the past. Now, there's some that slip through that we don't tell our friends about.
I'm about to say that ain't true. Now, you do not tell your friends everybody you dealing with.
I said typically. That's why I said typically. But there are some that we don't care to share with our close friends about. That would kind of alter the situation. But if me and this guy been rocking for a significant amount of time, more than likely I would have said something to my friends anyway about this guy. More than likely. I'm not saying that it's 100%, concrete that I would, but it's just I don't know. I think sometimes we can be a little bit too possessive of people, and I think that if you're in a situation with a really great person, I think that's more important than, my friend. Because once you get married, you're not going to be spending as much time with your friends anyway. And I'm not saying throw your friends up under the bus, for the sake of a man. But I'm just saying that, the dynamic, I don't know. It just, I'm not really picky about stuff like that because we all make mistakes. We all, get in situations with different people.
I'm going to say something that might not be that popular.
Look at the screen. Go ahead, Tyler.
Okay, I'm gonna say something that's not that popular. Anybody that I've ever dated, Mo don't count because she's married. But if one of these ladies on the panel wanted to date him, we do not care. That's how I feel about it. Because I don't believe that you own people. Now, if it was someone who's like my close friend, I probably would have a conversation to see. But I do think overall, if my close friend dated somebody and it was that significant, I would know about it. So we not even
y'all altering the conversation. This is what I'm saying. Let me put it in your lap, like I was preaching. So Tashiana, you're dating this guy. And y'all been kicking it for a minute. Y'all have gotten to the point where y'all may be juicing. And y'all at this restaurant. and in walks Mariah.
What me? Girl, get him, got married.
And so later, he says to you, because neither one of y'all get a chance to really just talk to each other. Later on, he says to you, you know, I used to mess with Mariah. And you ask to what extent? We used to juice. We used to get it in. Now, what's your next move? Does that alter how you feel about him? Does that alter how you're looking at him? Does that alter you being serious with him?
No, but I'm gonna have a conversation with Mo. I mean, because really, if we're just keeping the situation as it is, she's married. So why do you care who somebody you used to deal with is dealing with now? Now you know, it ain't on no Barbara Shirley, but I'll go to her woman to woman and be like, hey girl, like what happened? What happened? Like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And get her feedback, because I'm also at a stage in my life where I value relationships with women right now more than having a dude, because that's not something like I really had. So I'll have a conversation, because I thought you can get a dude anywhere, but I just wouldn't count them off just based off of that. That's all I'm saying.
And I agree. I wouldn't, if the tables were turned, I agree. I'm definitely not like that. Like, if you subtract the marriage part, I've never been that person. Like, I have been in situations. I think somebody said they're dealing with it now. I've definitely been in this situation before, and I've even tried to pass some of my friends off to good men that we just didn't work. You get what I'm saying? Because just because you and a guy didn't work doesn't mean he's a bad guy. He just wasn't that guy for you. You get what I'm saying? So I've definitely been in situations where I was doing those things with somebody, and I tried to pass them on to somebody else. So I feel like it's just you know, and that's not because he was a bad. Is he a good guy?
This wasn't a good dude for me.
Travis, you with Oprah? You with Oprah? Now I ain't gonna use her, car. I ain't gonna use her. You with somebody else at the time.
Your man's point of view.
And JP walk in, and y'all dapping up, y'all cool, whatever, y'all blah blah blah, woo. Y'all get in the car. She say to you, well, you know, I used to juice JP. What's your?
This is so juicy.
What's your next move?
May the Lord watch between me and thee while we are absent one from another. This we ask it, man. Hell no. Nah. Like, if and this is just me, right now. If me and JP cool, like click tight, that means we used to run together back in the day, or we still run together. I kind of know what he into, and he know what I'm into. Now, I guess the only exemption would be, how long ago was it? Because if me and Shorty real cool, you know what I'm saying? I don't think a past fling is something that should mess up a sincere connection. You know what I'm saying? However,
when you think about the fact he was flinging her around,
I'm about to say, hey now,
that's what I'm saying.
I was juicing now. I was juicing.
It wasn't no fling. He was flinging her.
If he was jumping off the dressing that thing, and we was just, you know,
I was juicing now. I'm juicing.
Yeah, I would have to exit stage left, because nah, I ain't doing that one.
JP, what you doing? What you doing? Let the fellas talk. JP, what you doing? If it's the opposite way.
Nah, I wouldn't. I think me and my wife now, our situation was kind of like that now. And I didn't look at her no different. I still wanted to be with her. I really didn't care what it was before me. We've been rocking good, so I wouldn't look at her no different.
Right,
the mentality would be go home and just out juice.
Oh yeah, of course. I got to do way better than what he was doing. I got a long stroke.
Right, baby, you out with a woman you've been seeing for a while. I walk in, we dap up, we talk. Y'all get in the car. She was like, "Man, you know, we used to get it in back in the day." What's your next move?
Finna hit you up. Hey, what's the rundown on it? You know what I'm saying? What's her background like? What was your experience with it? We finna compare notes, You know what I'm saying? And if you my man, like we gonna keep it 100 with each other. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit you up like, hey Frank, hey, what's the deal with Slim? Like, what's up with how she move or whatever? Do I need to keep a pair of extra eyes on her? Like, do I need to put her in rotation or do I need to bring her off the bench? Like, what's my next play? You see what I'm saying? That's how I wouldn't cut her off because if we got something going, then you know. And if you a straight up dude, you're gonna be like, hey man, look, she Slim cool. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
I'm still gonna
But
ask you
here's the thing.
I agree with
I want to
Clea.
point. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. I was saying I agree with Clea in the comments about dudes be hating. Not all, but a lot of men hate on their flow because it depends on why those two stop talking too. Why did they stop juicing or whatever? A lot of dudes will hate and be like, hey man, you was with that lame ass Frank dude when I saw you when I was, dudes will do that. A lot of men do that.
So women don't do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I ain't never.
Because y'all making it like dudes do it more than women now.
Yeah.
Because men are really more
in these
picky about
situations
stuff
more
like
than
that.
we do.
Oh, absolutely.
No.
Y'all are picky about that though. Just listen to all of what y'all said. Y'all saying y'all may not even.
This what women do. This what women do. They'll create a fake page and hit the girl up. Like, girl, this I ain't even for you one of my N words. This dude ain't nothing.
Oh, let me ask a question. Has anybody
more messy on that than dudes?
I ain't never had a
more.
I was asking, has anybody on the podcast ever had a fake page before?
No.
I got one.
I have several.
No.
Look at that.
I have one fake page.
Toxic 1 and 2.
A lot of them got one fake page, and I don't even use that shit no more.
I have
Look,
never
I don't
had
even
one.
use the page anymore.
Toxic, you got a fake page too?
Nope. Because if I don't deal with you in real life, I don't care about what you're doing on the internet. And if I want to check in on you and see about you, I'm gonna check in on you and see about you.
But your homegirl got a fake page, and you'll hit her up. Hey, look, you want to go ahead.
This my messed up
life,
trade.
it's a no.
I'm gonna go look at your page from my page. You're gonna see that I was looking.
I don't do that. No. And my homegirls know don't do me like that. I'm not about to go. If y'all broke up, I'm not about to go look on this dude's page for you, girl. Let it go or hit him up.
I'm looking
You ain't like that, but it's a whole demographic.
I mean, I know there are.
Yeah.
My ex-mother-in-law was like that.
I have had some people go look for me. Can you go look for me? Send me a screenshot.
My ex-mother-in-law was like that.
I ain't gonna make a fake page, but I'm like, Clea, hey, you follow Frank. Can you go look and see what's on his story right quick?
Yeah, girl. And I'm gonna screen record it.
No, because I'm like, all it's gonna do is it's not gonna change anything. It's gonna make you mad. And guess what? While he's on his page, living his life, you're gonna have your homegirl do this. And Clea already know me because we be going through these rundowns about just different scenarios in life. You're gonna be pissed off. You're gonna make an assumption. You're creating a story because you ain't talked to him. So you trying to put 2 and 2 together. You got 48. You're mad because it ain't 4. We're not even doing that, girl. Let's go out and kick it and have a blast.
Girl, we're gonna go out and kick it. I'm be like, girl, go look at his story right quick.
Like I got my fake page.
But we about to have Manhattans and not even worry about it, sweetheart.
As long as it ain't on Wednesday no more.
I kept it for a minute. But I don't use it no more.
You don't use your fake page no more?
I still have mine.
Because I'm over the ding now. I mean the dude now. Like I don't use the fake page now. I use it for a little minute. Now it's pointless because I don't even use it. Like I don't even look because it's nothing. I don't care anymore. You know.
So is the fake pages for the private accounts or just so they don't know it's you?
Just so they didn't know it's me looking. That's it. I was just trying to go look at his stuff with the little chick. And I seen it or whatever, and then, like it don't. I just wanted to see, so I don't even use it anymore because I don't have no.
For future references, how do y'all make up the fake pages? Do y'all put like other people's pictures up there, or
ain't nobody put on there? It's just blank.
For future reference.
For future reference, I'm just trying to see
It's
how y'all
blank.
make up the fake pages. All right.
Especially if their page is open. If they have an open
quick.
page, you really can just be MIA. But if they have a private page, you got.
How much Russell? How much Future? Your perfect guy.
For me,
yeah,
100% Russell.
Wow. Okay.
Mo, how much? How much Russell? How much Future?
Walk light. Walk light. You know, I know your husband.
Do me last.
Tatiana, how much Russell, how much Future?
You know, at this stage in my life, the Russells ain't worked out for me. So I mean, you know, I want me a good street. You know, what it is.
Clee, how much Russell? How much Future?
I'm gonna say like 30% Future and the rest Russell. Like, I don't care, man. Future looks like a good time. He a big trick. Like, I mean, he probably smoke. I smoke. You know what I'm saying? He seemed like a good time, a whole vibe. I like his music. We vibing, but I don't like the womanizing, you know, the mistreating and all that stuff like that. But as far as the things that he provides on the surface that like we look at physically, how he dressed and stuff like that, like I dig that. Like his swag is off the chain to me. Like he a cool dude. Like, but and he spent his money, but I would prefer, you know, I like the cool.
It ain't tricking if you got it.
And I said that on that last podcast, but y'all didn't agree with me. But you know,
it ain't tricking if you got it.
Like he just looked like a good time. Like I don't want to be bored, but I want to be treated right. You know what I'm saying?
Do y'all think Russell's handsome? I think Russell Wilson is handsome.
I think Russell is
handsome. He's very fine.
He is fine.
He got a nice body and shape.
But see, you got like my personality wouldn't mesh with a Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Like I get bored
Russell
with
Wilson.
Okay, I'm finna reach out because
Oh, sorry.
Trout.
Talk to me.
At this stage of your life, how much Future are you and how much Russell are you?
Oh man, that's a good one. I think I am.
Oprah watching.
Yeah, she is. She know. Well, you know what? Clee, you made a good point. He is a trick. That man said he spent $3 million on women last year. So in that regard, I'm probably like 70% Future and 30% Russell.
You 70% Future, 30% Russell?
On the tricking aspect, because I trick on you if I love you now. You with me and I'm with you. Yeah, I trick on you, baby. Ain't nothing to it, you hear me? But
I'm a trick for my man too.
I'm about 50-50. I ain't cheating though. Black men don't cheat.
JP, what you is?
You know, I text my wife to see which one I am. I'm just gonna go off the top of my head, you know what I'm saying? You can give me 60-40, I'll take 60 Russell, 40 Future.
All right. Right, baby. Where you at?
Man, it just all depends on the type of woman I'm dealing with. I might be a Russell at this point. I might be 100% Russell with this one or 98% Future with that one. But for the most part, I'm balanced, man.
It's fluid.
It's interchangeable. We are one. You can't have the Russell without the Future. You can't have the Future without the Russell.
It's so funny. All right, man. It's been a good
Frank,
show.
you didn't say what you was, Frank.
At this stage of my life, I'm probably about 75% Russell.
Really?
Yeah. There was a time where I was 100% Future, but I've been delivered. I've been set free. The chains are broken. No longer holding me. Listen, man, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. It's been a wonderful show. Listen, to everybody in the chat, man, I love y'all. We love y'all. Frankly speaking, would not be possible without you, so thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next Wednesday, man. Next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Central. We'll be back, and it's going to be juicy yet again. But until next time, we'll holler, y'all. Peace out.
I know, right?
She might jerk.
Oh, you listening? Okay.
Listen, we'll holler at y'all, man. We love y'all.